morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sanaz Human. I'm going to take you through a tutorial on how to set up an effective trade show. So, as you can see here, we have a 10 by 10 booth. The most basic thing that you want to do is if you have a corner slot, that's the ideal booth to be able to get. However, if you get an aisle booth where it's covered on one side and open on the other side is also fine. What you want to do is you want to also make sure you have a proper carpet that's down on the floor. You don't want a bare ground. Or if you don't want to rent a carpet from the trade show, you need to make sure you bring effective flooring to give it that personal touch. So you have your backdrops that goes around. The trade show does provide that for you. You can also grab carpet from the trade show as well. That is also provided to you. There's a cost. But again, remember, this is a business. You want to make it look professional and you want to invest into your business. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the setup on how to put up the banners, how to be able to decor the booth to be able to attract more clients. Be back with you in the next tutorial. Okay, so the next step is to make sure that you have the name of your company and your brand. So what you want to do, you want to invest into a trade show banner that we have available on our website for purchase. The trade show banner basically is going to go up with grommet hooks. We've made it so that it's got grommets at the top. You can simply get yourself some shower curtain hooks. Very, very simple, very easy. You basically open it up, put it in a grommet, and you loop it around the top pole, which we're going to show you in just a second. So what we're doing at this point is we've got our hooks on. We're actually hooking it. You're just going to simply open up the hook it over, and it's going to hook onto the bar. Okay, so the next step, as you can see, now we've got our booth set up with a banner. Already it makes a big difference. Why? Because you got a professional booth, you got your brand, you got your logo, and the jewelry and the models will show. The next step is to actually get the booth set up with a table, with the banners, and the displays. Okay, the next step is to be able to actually set up the table. So you set up the table at the back. Never put your table in the front, because what it does, it blocks the flow of people coming in and out. The next thing you want to do is you want to get your banners set up. Make sure you invest into the banners. We have some tremendous banner stands. We have great banners that we've actually custom made with our Fairy brand, which we're going to put up and show you how to put it up. All right, so here you go, Brian. Grab the other side with me, or Sean.
And really what's making it interesting is that mix of textures and patterns. So although it sounds kind of monochrome, and it is.
We got to open it up a little bit.
You're going to see some great
I don't know if this is the...
It's a full spectrum of different cuts and colors with different spectrum of white. That's how you make it.
Easy peasy?
Beautiful for days.
All right, so you got your banner. You got it set up. It's got your brand.
And even pretty awesome. You see that in terms of over the top costumes.
There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the elevation, the tablecloths, and setting up the jewelry. All right. So at this point, what I've done is I always bring a nice bin to the booth. You can put your mannequins inside of it. You can put your stands inside of it. And also, I put all of my supplies into this display. So I'm prepared. I've basically put bubble wrap on all my hand mannequins, on all the supplies that I need. But most importantly, first, I need to actually set up the tablecloths. So let me get the tablecloths out.
More is more. So this is about a layer cake. Pastel becomes softer than others. And of course, you want to go for those soft and chalky pastels. I'm wanting to mixing two of our...
Okay, so we have our GWT tablecloth that you can purchase again on our website. Sean, can I get one of you to help me with this?
In this front up, we start with the orange, the purple's hanging over, and then we've got that soft light pant. A lot of times you want to shop for silk, and if you are doing a denim, think about something that's draping in silk and comes.
Let me just move this out of the way.
Because sometimes the pastel jean is a little too tight here, it's a little unfair.
All right. You have two options. You could either put a table flat and make sure your mannequins, your table stands, your banners have multiple elevations, or you can actually use risers underneath your tablecloth to be able to give it elevation. Like so. One moment. It could be as simple things like whatever sort of elevation. I just want to show you this. This is our ballot box that we're going to be using for the draw, but I want to show you what type of elevation you can also do with this.
All right, now we are ready for...
You simply put it under the table. you drape your skirt over, and already you've already increased the elevation of your table. With any table, you want to make sure that you have different heights. Why? You don't want your table to be flat, you don't want it to be boring, you want it to look interesting, and you want the spectators that are at the trade show to actually go through your booth and want to take a look at your product. So let's set up the table now. At this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the first step of setting up the show. You got to pull out all your mannequins, put them all out, and then start to decor it with all your jewelry. Okay, so now we've taken out our material, we've taken out our mannequins, we've taken out our displays, our purse hooks are in the corner, our hand displays, our bust forms that again are found on our website for purchase, hand displays that again are found on our display and on our promotional site that you can grab for yourself. You got to remember, this is a business. You have to invest into your business. You have to have the right products. You have to have the right material to show that you're serious about what you're doing. So now let's set up a table and I'll show you the effects of it. Okay, so as we get set up, we have small bust forms, we have large bust forms, we have a variety of different things. Why? Because we want different elevations in the table. Once the jewelry goes on, it's going to start looking pretty spectacular. So let's take a look. Okay, so what we're doing at this point is we are setting up different display. You always want to make sure your largest piece is right in the center. Give it a little bit of elevation to be able to make it different from the rest of the table. Now in this case, because of the type of trade show it is a fashion trade show. It is America's top model trade show. So what we're doing is I've used a lot more gouty pieces. I've used a larger piece to be able to display, to be able to attract. However, you need to make sure you have a good selection of the silver, of the tungsten, of the high-tech ceramic, of the plankton, of the leather goods, and the sunglasses. So little bit by little bit, you'll see it come together. Okay, so at this point, as you can see, the table is starting to come together a little bit by little bit. What we're basically doing is we're just putting the jewelry in different areas, trying to match the earrings with the necklaces if you have them matching, trying to group basically the pieces. So for example, this one I've done a display of all the onyx and the mother of pearl that we have in our sterling silver line. In this set, I basically put all of our tungsten and wedding bands that we basically carry. So it's about grouping them so that when a customer comes to the table, they can see a variety of the different products, the lines, the selection, and of course, the beauty of our pieces. Okay, so as you can see now, the table is coming together. Everyone's working hand in hand. You're going to need about 2 hours to put this whole thing together. So you got to make sure you give yourself ample time to arrive, bring your material in, and start setting up. Now what we're going to also do is going to start skirting our next table, which is going to be our ballot box, our promos, our banners, our games, which we're going to show you. Okay, so we're getting to the final stages of starting our show. The show is going to be opening in about 10 minutes, and just in time, we actually got ready for everything. In a trade show, it is important to make sure you improvise, work together as a team. Whatever you do at the beginning is not the final setup. So you got to make sure you feel the booth out, you got to work with your table, you got to work with your elevations, you got to work with your setup. If what you've seen or what you've done doesn't please you, redo it, rework it. Take the jewelry off, do different elevations, move mannequins around. Work it the way that is going to make your booth look perfect. For example, let me show you some different things that we've done since the beginning. Originally, this banner that we have up here is actually a stand-up banner that was for the floor. However, by incorporating 2 tables, what happened was the height of it was too low. So what do? Took grommets again, the shower curtain hooks that I was telling you about, and we actually hung it up. Why? You want to show the brand. You want to show the jewelry. You want to show the business. And most importantly, you want to attract people to the booth to be able to want to come in and see what you're doing. Secondly, we originally started with 1 table, which was the jewelry table. However, after working the table, we felt that by having a 10 by 10 booth, we had more than ample space to be able to add a second table in order to be able to do our ballot boxes, be able to do our tabletop banners, and be able to put our magazines and brochures. So let's take a walk through the booth and let's see what we have. Okay, so we're ready to get started. These are the final pointers that you need to take a look at. So let's just go take it through a walkthrough of what we've done. We've put our company trade show banner. So we have it up. We've used the shower curtain hooks. We basically used the grommet, and we've incorporated it so that it's got the appeal of the brands, of the products, and who we are. Secondly, we've used a 6-foot table, as you can see here. Come on over to the table and take a look. We've actually have some of our purses, our fairy shields, our sterling silver and tungsten line. As you can see, I've grouped the men's section together from the rings of the silver, from the tungsten, the bracelets, cufflinks, chains. You don't have to have a lot. But what you can do is you want to make sure you have at least one item of each to be able to show a potential distributor, a new luxury consultant that's going to join your business, or someone who simply wants to buy products from you. A little bit of product. Then again, because of the type of show that this is, I've actually used some of the bigger, gaudier pieces, and we are going to be incorporating some of the more dainty pieces. There's rings, there's watches, sunglasses, and most importantly, we have our ballots to be able to fill out. Now, one fun game that I'm going to show you. We've also, what's very important for a booth is the energy, the synergy, and the teamwork that's going to happen together. So as you can hear, I actually have music that's being played in the background. Why? Because you want your booth to be upbeat, you want it to be happy. You don't want classical music. What you want is upbeat music that when people come in here, it also gives the people that are working the show for 10 hours, maybe 8 hours, 7 hours, whatever the show may be, it gives them energy, enthusiasm to want to keep on going for the day. So we have our video that's playing in the background, but it's actually music that's playing. So you can bring a small little sound system. Okay, so the Fairy President is actually, we've incorporated a game into it. As you all know, we've been featured in the Preferred magazine as the 10 masterpieces of time with Rolex, Patek Philippe, Montblanc, and all the other luxury designer brands as the masterpieces of time. There's 10 of them. We're a part of it. So we've also made a game out of it so you can be able to generate leads and be able to talk easily to potential clients that are walking by. This is how it works. You actually get them to guess how many diamonds are in the Fairy President. And by guessing that, they get a chance to fill out the ballot to be able to win a fairy piece. So you got to work together with your team, be able to put away some piece that you are going to give away. You can always put it right beside the ballot box of the piece that you are going to give away. But the most important thing is this is your lead generation. So this is what I would do. I would walk up to a potential client or someone that would walk up to the booth, and this is what I would do. This is actually Brian Arundel, and he's one of our luxury consultants. He's one of our diplomats. We're going to be using Brian as someone who's going to be walking into the show, who I'm going to ask questions and be able to fill out the ballot and the survey. So Brian, welcome again.
Thank you.
So, you know, this is a person, and have you ever heard of Fairy Designer Lines before?
Not really.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you about this phenomenal brand. We've been featured in multiple different publications. We have some of those publications here today, but most importantly, we have a game that we're playing today, Brian. This is our Fairy President. It's actually been featured in Preferred magazine as the 10 masterpieces of time. And if you actually guess how many diamonds are in here, you can actually win one of our pieces. Whoever closes the most amount of diamonds that are closest to the diamonds set into the piece will win one of our beautiful pieces that we're going to be doing a draw for.
Wow, that's amazing.
So as a part of our survey and as a part of our branding campaign, can I ask you some information to be able to fill in?
Sure.
Fantastic. So what is your name, please?
Brian Arundel.
Perfect. So you write down. This is not for you to give it away to them to fill out. This is for you to actually fill it out with them. Spend some time to build the like and trust that we talk about in Forensic Networker. So you write down the first name, you write down the last name, and your day and phone number to be able to contact you to get more feedback?
Yes, no problem.
Okay, so he will give me the phone number, evening phone number, the email address, very important. Now, sir, I actually have a couple questions for you. Are you currently working?
Yes.
You are, fantastic. Do you work part-time or full-time?
Full-time.
Full-time. Have you ever thought about adding an additional income to your lifestyle?
Yeah, I think about it from time to time.
From time to time? Great. Okay, so have you ever thought about operating a home-based business?
Yes.
Have you ever owned your own home-based business?
No.
No, great. If you could possibly double or triple your income without leaving what you're currently doing, would you be interested in finding out some more information about our brand building campaign?
Sure, absolutely.
Fantastic. When would be the best time to contact you? A Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, during the week or on the weekends?
Probably Wednesday evening.
Wednesday evening. Okay, so you would check off Wednesday, you would check off evening. It is in your ballot. And Brian, what do you currently do?
I'm actually a recruiter for a financial services company.
Oh, fantastic. So you're in the financial trade?
Yes.
That is amazing. Well, you know what? We're really excited. We have a tremendous brand that has expanded in 60 countries. So please take a look at our brand, take a look at our product, get acquainted with it, and we'll be calling you Wednesday evening to be able to do a follow-up with you, to be able to give you some more information about the business. Is that okay?
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for visiting us today. Enjoy the rest of your day at the show. Absolutely. Take care. Okay, so it's as simple as that. It's about just building that little bit of like and trust, asking some quick questions. It's not about doing a survey overall, for 30 minutes. It's about building that like and trust very, very quickly, getting some information. Now, what I would say, once he would leave, I would actually write some notes down on the survey. Now, I would write down he's a financial recruiter, so obviously he's a business entrepreneur himself. Secondly, he was definitely enthused. He definitely liked to be able to add more residual income to his business. So those are the kind of things that I would jot down. So when we do call him back, we would say, again, as a part of our tutorial, we'll do the next tutorial of the follow-up.